first part, right? This illusion of familiarity, right? You ever walk through your old neighborhood and feel like a stranger? Same streets, same people, but the conversations feel small, the energy feels heavy. You're not crazy. You just outgrew your situation. Familiar doesn't mean aligned. A lot of people throw that concept out the window. They think because we came from the same area, or in some extreme situations, there's this thing called trauma bonding, right? So when you trauma bond with someone, you may not have come from the same neighborhood, but you've experienced some of the similar traumatic experiences. And because you've experienced those, had those same experiences with someone else, it aligns, quote unquote, you guys, or makes you guys close, or that's the start of a lot of friendships. That's not, or it shouldn't be, right? You shouldn't be trauma bonding. You shouldn't just align with someone because y'all did go to the same elementary, middle school, high school, grew up in the same neighborhood, you know? Because everybody in your neighborhood you don't agree with. Everybody in your neighborhood you don't even get along with. So that goes to show you, just because we from the same streets, wrote the same buses, same schools, it doesn't necessarily mean we're on the same team in life, right? Your mindset elevates when you start speaking on businesses, when you start speaking on legacy, talking about things like that, peace, right? When you're not all in the drama, when you are okay with not hearing nothing, you know? Some people don't actually smile until they hear something negative about someone else, which to that I say, hey, how you made it this far in life, I have no idea, right? But that's not me. I don't like drama. I like peace, right? I love talking about building things. I love talking about businesses, or looking at something and be like, oh, I wonder how did they do that, or what did they think about to, take this business from this one building and then you got three across the city. Like I love studying businesses and how they operate and stuff like that. A lot of people, man, you say anything about a business, and then unless you say, hey, I got all this money from this business I've started, it's gonna go. The conversation is gonna get real short. It's gonna go in one ear, out the other. It's gonna be like, oh, okay. Well, let me tell you about little Ray Ray and them did the other day. Let me tell you about this sister, little Yolanda over there. Like that shit don't add no value. It don't. I never understood it, right? But when you start talking about businesses, legacy, peace, you realize how loud dysfunction really is, right? And suddenly, like I said before, silence becomes a luxury. It becomes something that most people, you can't even dream about it because you don't even think that it's possible. You always think that people at their house, it's some type of drama, some type of loud commotion going on. And if it's not, maybe y'all doing something wrong, right? If it's not any issues coming from it, if I'm not hearing, oh, she talking to this person, or she stepped out on him, or he put his hands on her, or he was caught in the bed with another chick. If people ain't hearing that, it's real boring. They don't like to hear like, oh well, he just started a YouTube page, or he just actually invested some money into the stock market, or he's actually been going to these classes learning from these different people about AI, or he just recently went back to school at the age of 40 or 30, right? People that a lot of people, man, from where we come from, especially from where I come from, that's not interesting, right? It's not fun. It doesn't get them going, right? It's real boring. But hey, that's one another telltale sign that you've graduated from that stuff, man. All right, so this is probably the most heaviest part of this, and this is what I might get in trouble about, but I don't give a shit. Generational trauma is real.